Friends and slot car fans, wanted to show you another little drone race here. I'm trying to give you a little bit of backup information for anybody who's trying to kind of get to this same point. I'm using the older style 4-input track now. You can see this in the picture, I hope. And there's 4 inputs on the front of this thing, and they are vertical rather than horizontal. And this is the trick. If you can find these used somewhere, or maybe pick up a set that has this one in it, this is probably a better way to go if you're trying to expand things to really big tracks, and if you want to be able to have control over the lanes individually. Now I've got one of these, and I've also got a couple of these inexpensive, well, these things are $8 power supplies from China. They're variable voltage from 3 to 24 volts, and they're supposed to hold 3 amps. Now, I'm going to kind of take this with a grain of salt, but we're never going to need 3 amps here, so I think it's going to handle it. And I've got 2 of these, so one is connected to each of these power inputs on this track, because on this track, this is for lane 1 and this power input is for lane 2. So if you separate these powers, you can adjust the amount of voltage going to each track by using your variable voltage power supply. And so what I've got here is a drone car that's one of the AliExpress drones like I've used for a lot of other stuff. In fact, this is the same type car that I used for the Crazy Fast Drone series. It's a little bit slower than some of the others, so I'm able to turn on the turbo and full throttle, and then just adjust the voltage down a little bit so that I can make it run at the same speed I need it to run to have a good a good competitive race with whatever car I'm running against it. Now in this case, I'm going to be using the Jackson Storm car, and I'll tell you, this is not a real sporty car. It doesn't go around the corners and stuff nearly as well as the sports or DTM type cars, and that's one of the reasons I'm using this, because I had this in my collection, and you're not really going to race this with your buddies because it's going to fly off the track and stuff. So if you set the drone car to go at the right speed, that you can run it with some of your, let's call them derelict cars, or cars you wouldn't use otherwise, well, now you've got a use for those cars. You can have fun with them by yourself, kind of challenging yourself. And I think everybody's heard the saying that it's a lot of fun to try to drive a slow car fast. Well, that's basically what we're going to do here. We're going to take one of the slowest of the cars and try to beat this drone car that's set at a speed appropriate for this car. So let's see how it goes. We've got a 16-lap race set up here. Doggone it. Well, we had a big accident here at Dead Man's Corner. And we've got less than 11 laps left to go. Doggone it. Well, Dead Man's Corner caught Jackson Storm again. And he's slowly marching backwards with less than 9 laps left to go. Shoot. Well, Jackson is famous for this. He choked right before the end of the race. There's going to be about 2 laps left to go when we cross the line. And the drone wins again. Well, hope you guys liked it. See you later. See you next time.